Okay, we're at 1823 Russell Street, and this is a sanitary lateral inspection. This is the main house. There's a second video for the apartment above the garage in the back. It's a line that goes down, comes out, comes underneath, and ties into this main line, but hold separate access point from that other dwelling into here. We have scoped it past where this line ties in, and so now we are doing the line from the stack in the basement of the main house in the bathroom down here next to the toilet, and we're going to go all the way out to the main. Looking for any structural issues. As you can see, this is the bathroom. We're looking for any structural issues, root intrusion, things of that nature, anything that obviously may concern the buyer. Not sure what that is. Looks like another rag or something. I'm going to try to flush this toilet here next to me and see. Well, doesn't look like this is even turned on, maybe. I'm going to have to try to flow some water through this because I'm not sure what that is. There's something wrapped in a rag here. I don't know what that is. Concerned about that, so you may not be able to see a whole lot now. It's got some goo on the front of the camera there, but we should be able to just go on out to the main. Hopefully I'll be able to dip some water in there. I think I just tied into the main line where we've scoped past this point already from the back, just a few feet. It's probably 100 feet from the back line up to this point where this ties in. And so we will be able to, at the time anytime where the line, as you can see, it's kind of hazy, should be able to get this out to the main, rinse it off, and then we'll be able to see a lot better on the way back. You can see it pretty well already. Looks like an offset. That just looks like concrete where they filled in. And I believe this is right at the connection of the house. Let's see if it looks like it goes into cast iron here. And there's a lip. I'm wondering if I may be going backwards. I'm not sure. This is pretty strange. Yes, I am. I'm actually going backwards, which is strange. Must have, when I got into that main line, I must have gone backwards. So, would have never thought that would happen. Most of the time, if you wanted to go back that way, it never does. So that's why that reduces to cast iron, because it's going actually upstream instead of downstream. So I need to pull this back. I need to get back to where we're in the pipe and see if I can rotate this and get it to go downstream. So it must be a T where it comes in, and that's why it bounced off the pipe and went backwards. Normally these come in at a Y, so that it forces you to go downstream. So let's try this again. This also looks like it's coming in from the top. Let's see again here. I think I'm going back upstream again. I sure am. Okay, so I'm going to pull back. I'm going to run some water upstairs in the kitchen through the kitchen line. So it forces me to go, so I can tell by the direction of the water flow if when I am going downstream. Get this to rotate a little bit first. Okay. I'm going to pause the video here for a second so I can go up and turn this water on and see if I'm going the right direction. Based off of that lip, I'm not really sure. I may still be going upstream. Okay, yeah, it looks like the water's running towards me still. So I need to try to pull back and give it another couple tries. I may have to try to go from the line in the backyard behind the garage and see if I can get that to because for some reason it keeps wanting to go upstream. It all depends on the curvature of the front of the camera head and the way this is dropping in from the top. Somehow. There we go. I think I got it to go downstream. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now we are able to go downstream. That's what we were looking for. So what I'm going to do, I will push out as far as I can, and then I'll go up and shut off the water, and we'll be able to see much better on the way back. That camera head's only about a ½ inch off the bottom of the pipe, so that water flowing just pushes up against it. That's all. It's not a lot of water or anything. So usually we do it dry for that reason. So we'll make sure that we look at as much as we can on the way out, but tell better about these bellies and stuff because I don't think there's really a belly. It's just a little bit of water flow there. Sorry, just slammed my elbow off the concrete wall. I'm going to turn the microphone off for a second while I try to get this to jump over this little lip. Okay, so far I'm going to let this sit for a minute, but I'm going to try to go out and locate this, because if you look up ahead you can actually see where it looks like a turn in the pipe. So I think I'm only one section off of where it drops into the main out in the street, and so this wouldn't be an issue as long as I feel like I can see the remainder of the pipe. Then we're in good shape, and so far everything structurally looks great. It's just the only thing we really saw was right at the base of the stack there was that, like a rag, something wrapped in it. It's kind of odd, but I'm unable to identify, so we would want to get that removed somehow. But other than that, the line looked great. So again, I'm going to pause here, go locate the spot, and find out if we're just right off the main, because if so, this would be far enough. Okay, good news is that turn you can see up ahead, that is the very last section of pipe before the main. I've looked it up on the maps, and I've also gone out and located it, and that's what that is. So that last section, there's a little bit of an offset there. It doesn't take much. It looks like everything's flowing over it fine. It's just, for some reason, my camera is actually pitched down at the same time, so it's just a little tiny bit of I don't see any buildup or anything on that offset, and if there was, that would be something that SD1 would be responsible for, so that's good news. So yeah, that is the entire pipe. I don't know how well you can see it, but up there just at the end there, we're waiting for the water to quit flowing, but you can actually see there is a turn. It's a little bit harder now because of the reflection of the water. There's actually a turn down right in front of us, and about another 3 feet. That turn down drops directly into the sanitary main in the street. So I did mark this because it is a small offset, but I don't think it's causing any backups or anything like that. I will note it. It's 56 feet out. But it's a pretty minimal offset. Everything should be able to overtake that well. I mean, for a 100-plus-year-old house, 100-year-old house, that's a pretty good shape. And it was probably from them turning the pipe down to get deeper so it could go into the main. So the line looks great overall. Didn't find any structural issues on the main house line at all. There's a couple spots of mainly one spot of debris at the base of this stack that it does need to be removed. I'm not sure what it is. And it looks like there's a rag wrapped around something. There's the line that I actually flushed out from the back. There's a little bit of it. That will make its way down the line once the interior stuff is flushed, but that's the other. It looks like a wet wipe, which we talked about in the other video. I recommend never using a wet wipe. It can get caught in good pipes. It builds up. It doesn't break down like regular toilet paper. Toilet paper disintegrates, and these things do not. And so, especially with the bits of cast iron that are in this line, it can easily catch on cast iron and cause backups. So, if you're going to use them, don't flush them down the toilet. You can put them throw them in a trash can or something. But I would not use anything. There's the spot, the rag that was coming down the base of the stack, and that's what I would be worried about. Let's see if we can get that on down the line here. Looks like I broke it up, whatever it was, and I pushed it on down the line, so that's good. That should exit once the line is used. So maybe it was just something that was stuck in the line from a flush, because we are back out of the line now. So I'm thinking maybe that was something that was just flushed upstairs and it hadn't made its way all the way down. It seemed a little stiff, maybe it had dried out. But we're able to get it pushed down to get it into the flat line. It just needs to be flushed out. So I'm going to go before I leave. I'm going to go upstairs and flush the toilet, run some water a bunch, and try to force the rest of this stuff on down the line, just to get it out before anyone takes occupancy. But the line looked really good structurally. Again, we had that little bit of debris in the main stack there, but now I believe that was just it looked hardened because it had dried out. Because it looked like once my camera hit it a few times and broke it up, it moved on down the line. And then in the outside line, that also looked good. You had the offset within 3 to 4 feet of the main. We could see the rest of the pipe from that point, but there was that little tiny offset that you could contact SD1 if you wanted to have them inspect it, but they would most likely say that it's not causing a problem, so they're not going to touch it. But that will end the inspection at 1823 Russell Street, number 1. Everything looked good.